In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys that were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared. She said, "You moving with your auntie and uncle to YouTube?" YouTube. How's it going? Muzzafuzza here, bringing you some rushing gameplay on Modern Warfare 3. And I know what you're probably thinking. You're thinking to yourself, Muzza, you stole that. That's not original. You ripped that. You're a biter. You're a stealer. You raw instincted that intro from someone else. And god damn it, yes I did. The Fresh Prince was one of my favorite shows growing up. I love The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I love Will Smith in the pants. He's one of my favorite actors. And I just thought I would kind of kick it old school 90s style for the intro. So yeah. Today I want to talk about rushing. And I know the majority of you guys are very familiar with me. You guys watch yourself some Muzzafuzza. You know my ins and outs, my ups and downs, the kind of videos that I tend to make. And most of them, I would say, are not very serious. This one, probably on the not so serious side. Just because I like joking around. I like to say ridiculous nonsense and stupid shit. And have a good time when I'm here in front of the microphone. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. And today's topic for this commentary is rushing, and I thought it was only fitting because I have some P90 rushing gameplay where I'm literally just running non-stop for pretty much the majority of the gameplay. With the P90 custom with sleight of hand, assassin, dead silence, I'm drop shotting and jumping around corners and just killing fools in general, maybe getting some double or triple sprays, we'll have to see. I don't really quite remember this gameplay. All I know is I get more than 60 kills and I dominate that ass. Now when it comes to Call of Duty, rushing is never really the answer. If you want to get a good gameplay, if you want to do well in this game, if you want to get the most amount of kills with the least amount of deaths, and this is not really playing into account playing the objective in search and destroy or domination or capture the flag or whatever game type you tend to play. I'm mostly talking about just straight up Call of Duty deathmatch where you're trying to get more kills and less deaths. That's the basis of Call of Duty etiquette and gameplay. And in order to do this, you can't constantly be sprinting because, number one, you can't shoot while sprinting. You can't do both at the same time. And the fastest weapon that you can pull up after sprinting is always a submachine gun. So if you're ever going to do any rushing gameplay, submachine guns are your best friend, along with shotguns as well. I would say shotguns are a lot of fun to rush with. But there's all sorts of different kinds of players. There's players that rush around with LMGs. Big fat LMGs where you're like a fat sumo wrestler trying to eat a bunch of ice cream and get kill streaks at the same time. There's also snipers that constantly rush around trying to get quick scoping and kill streaks, you know, quick scoping streaks where you're rushing around and getting kill feeds and stuff like that. Like that's what montage makers live for. They don't want all their clips to be them standing in one spot or peeking over a head glitch or standing behind some sort of cover. Because even if you're getting a quad feed, let's say you get a nice little montage clip. It's a Barrett 50 cal quad feed. If you're just proned out on Village in a really popular line of sight and you get a quad feed, that is not nearly as good of a clip for a montage as if you were like sprinting around with that Barrett and you got a quad feed from a bunch of different people at a bunch of different angles. Like I'm much more impressed when I see a quick scoping clip that takes a lot of skill and a lot of reaction time than I am when I see one that just takes careful positioning and map knowledge. Like it's pretty easy to get let's just say, for example, a triple kill. Let's say you want a triple. You want 3 kills with 1 bullet on a sniper rifle. Well, number one, I would say the games that you would want to do this on is like COD 4 or Modern Warfare 2 because those are the two games where it's very, very easy to get a triple. COD 4, you can go Showdown, you can go Vacant. There's all sorts of triple spots that are famous for people lining up and taking your bullets to the face. And then, you know, you've also got Modern Warfare 2, where there's High Rise, which pretty much everyone always gets at least like a triple or a quad or something at the beginning of every High Rise domination game, because it's a spawn triple spot. You can see into the spawn off the beginning of the game, and everybody lines up, and people tend to get triples. But neither of those examples, COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, neither of those are good, like, usable triples. Like, for someone that's just doing it for fun and has no set of standards or you know, things like that, like for their clips, no really high expectations for their clips, then if they get a high-rise triple, then, you know, yeah, they'll probably be happy about it. Good for them. I used a high-rise triple in one of my montages. but it was like 2 years ago, and a lot of things have changed. And one of the things that have changed is people's expectations for gameplay. People only want to see really the best of the best gameplay that you can possibly bring to them. And when people are just standing in a line basically setting up a clip for you, it's not really that impressive. Something much more impressive would be getting a triple in a completely random spot, or hitting a no-scope triple, or a triple headshot, or something crazy like that. It's just kind of how this game works. And I'm a Call of Duty veteran, I've been playing for a long time, and this is the thing. This is what I want to explain about rushing. It's still something that I like to see. Like, I really like to see players that are like, they're just up in your face players. They want to constantly rush. They want to rush the spawns. They want to go in there, clear everybody out, and push the spawns or flip the spawns or whatever. And then on the flip side of that, if I'm playing with people, I don't want them to be rushing. I don't. And that's simply because of how I play. Like, my play style, I like to play a lot of ground war because that's where the most players are at any specific game type. So I like a lot of ground war. In Call of Duty World at War, I like a lot of war. And I've always been a very rushy player. Like, I've never been a really campy player. I still maintain sort of tactics when I play. Like, I'm not just going to blindly rush into a room that I know a bunch of enemies are in, because odds are you're going to fucking die. That's just how it goes. But if I know that there's only one person around a corner, I will jump around that corner and try to quick scope him in the penis. Because that's how I roll. To try to be honest and be totally objective about this, it's really not something that should even take this much analyzing and this much thought. Like, if you want to play a certain way, play a certain way. If you want to be a really rushy player, play that way. If you want to be a camper and strictly use the best guns in the game and really just try to get that best kill-death ratio that you possibly can, then that's the kind of player you are. Do you. Do whatever you want to do. I really, like, I'm not gonna be mad if you camp in a video game. I'm not gonna want to beat you up in real life over something that you do in a video game, unless it's some sort of like trolling or bullying, or I don't know. I hate that shit. I hate when I see people picking on other people in video games. I think it's okay if you troll people in video games by like setting up a joke situation or something like that. Like, that's real trolling. But just bullying someone online and calling them a faggot, or telling them to kill themselves, or whatever, telling them you banged their mom, whatever it is, like, that's just mean. That's just mean-spirited and not really a very cool thing to do. But if you can convince someone of something, or I don't know, do something where you can get gullible people to believe you, that's real trolling. Like, that is what trolling is all about. So I am all for that. That is hilarious. And this commentary has been kind of all over the place, like some of my commentaries tend to get. I like to bounce around a lot of different topics and ideas and just go off on random tangents and rant about certain things, because it's what I enjoy doing and it's what you guys enjoy watching and listening to, and I'm here to deliver. So if I'm going to do a commentary that takes longer than 10 minutes to do it like this one, then goddamn it, I'm going to sit down in front of this microphone for 10 minutes and crank it out, okay? And I like talking fast, if you can't tell. And that brings me to my final point of this commentary. I talked a little bit about gameplay. I went off on some of my ideas about gameplay, but really all you need to know is you can play a video game any way that you want to, and nobody should tell you otherwise. If you want to do bounces, trick shots, if you want to kill yourself all game with a rocket launcher, if you want to try hard your ass off and get the best kill-death ratio possible, all of those are acceptable, and people should be tolerant of every kind of player there is, from noob to pro. Okay? They're all people. But when it comes to real life, I do have a problem with rushing. I hate it. I hate people who are just now, gimme little bitches who can't wait for anything. They've got no fucking discipline. They've got no patience, and they're just little entitled, immature assholes. Especially kids. When I get on an airplane and I hear a little kid bitching about the airplane, or that he doesn't get wireless internet on his airplane, or that his phone's not working, or something stupid, or he's mad that he has to turn his phone off for the airplane to take off, I just want to smack the little bitch in the face. I don't know what it is, but there's something about impatient people that just drives me up the wall. Like, it's one thing that gets on my nerves. It's like a pet peeve of mine. I get so sick of people who are just rush. It's all about me. I need to get to where I'm going. Fuck everybody else. These are people who cut in lines, or they complain when they're in a line that everybody else is in, or, you know, these are the people that argue at a fast food restaurant because their order is wrong, or I don't know, they're waiting too long for their fast food. You're in a fucking fast food line. You can wait 2 seconds for your burgers and tacos, you fat bitch. Man, the harpoons, we got a whale here. Okay, that's just a fat joke, and I apologize if you're fat, but you know, you gotta have some thick skin. This is the internet, okay? All I'm saying is that I like rushing in a video game a whole lot more than I like rushing in real life. When I was in high school, I hated being rushed for like pop quizzes or timed tests or homework that was due the next day or whatever it is. I just hate being rushed. I like to be in the moment. I like to relax. I like to take my time on my work. And I took a lot of time on this commentary for you guys today. I think I made a lot of good points. It was very well thought out. We went off on some tangents. We had a little commentary adventure. And I even brought some sick gameplay for you guys with a little 360 C4 at the end. Final score, 63-17. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Muzza. I'll see you guys later.